and welcome back to another episode of Don't Blame Me. Today, our fantastic guest, first of all, it's her birthday. I mean, first of all, it's Boze. Second of all, it's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
And it is. It's not that important to me, I guess. But you know, when I realized halfway here, I was like, oh my God, it's already 1:00 and I haven't utilized this as much as I could.
What? Yeah. Have you gotten free Starbucks? Can't you do that?
Dude, I ordered my free Starbucks on my way here and then there was no parking and I was like, I'm going to be late. So I didn't get my free Starbucks.
Oh my God.
And then I'm going to go out to dinner with my neighbors, but I was like, I'll pay. And then my boyfriend was like, you're not paying. And I was like, excellent. Everything's going
to my plan.
I feel like I should try to like utilize it maybe 2 or 3 more times, get like a little bit more free shit, just like have a good day.
Yeah,
but
Cold Stone. I think Cold Stone you can get a small one.
Pretty much every place has like some free birthday stuff.
Yeah, you're right. I just gotta Google free stuff on my birthday.
Google it every year.
Oh my God.
Just to refresh on what I can get.
Yeah, I have like an email address that I know, like, well, of course I know when my birthday's coming up, but then I just start getting all the free stuff.
Oh my God.
Like your Sephora one?
birthday at gmail.com.
It's my birthday, bitch, at gmail.com.
Oh, I'm so doing
That's how I
this.
celebrate.
This is an advice show, right? That's like such a hot tip. Like a week before your birthday, go ahead and search what can I get for free on my birthday?
Yeah.
Start planning out your week.
Oh God. Well, if you guys are new here, this is Don't Blame Me. It's an advice podcast. If you want to call in for an upcoming episode, the phone number is 310-694-0976. International listeners, you can send us an audio message at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. And I guess we should get into giving people some advice.
Okay, nice. Let's do this.
We'll be good at it. And if you're not, just it's your birthday. No one can touch you.
So my answer to your question is, it's my birthday.
Hi, Megan, Melissa, and possible guest. So I just need some advice on a situation that has been lasting for like 4 years. So a little backstory. I've been dating my boyfriend for about 4 years. And since we started dating, he's stressed the importance of me having a relationship with his 4 sisters. So, which I get. You want your family and your girlfriend to be close. Fine. But before I met them, there was some stress in the family with their sister-in-law who's married to his brother. And I guess she's just not the greatest. And they all kind of have some weird relationships with her. So that's just a little bit of a backstory. So fast forward to now. We've been dating for 4 years. And he always tells me that he wants me to, like, hang out with his sisters and, like, talk to his sisters and build a relationship with his sisters. And for a while, I was trying to, but every time I tried to reach out or, like, start a conversation with them, if I texted them, they just wouldn't text me back. Or if we were in person and I said something to them, they kind of just let the conversation die. They didn't really respond to what I was saying. Or if I jump into a conversation that they're having with each other or like their mom or someone else, they kind of just change the subject, which I can pick up on social cues. That means that they don't really want to talk to me, which is fine. I don't care if they want to talk to me or not. It's just the fact that my boyfriend can't see that it takes 2 people to have a relationship. So if I'm putting all the effort in to having a relationship with them and they're not putting any effort back towards me, it's not going to work. So what advice would you give on how to either make him see that a relationship might just not happen, or how can I make them want to talk to me in any way? It sounds so stupid, but thanks.
Okay, prepare for a crash landing. Wait, what are your thoughts on this? I was trying to put myself in her shoes, and
I'm not this nice. I'm like a little too stubborn.
Yeah.
Like if I'd be like, okay, they don't want to be my friend. Do you know what I mean? Like I
absolutely.
Yeah, I would just like tell him and be like, if he like brought it up again, I'd be like, I'm sorry, I tried. Did you not see this? Like, look, they didn't respond to my text, and
Absolutely.
I would kind of just, and I don't know if you're too, because either you're too nice or he's really fucking dumb.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, fuck your boyfriend, because the first thing that that stood out to me is that you're asking and I'm pretending I'm her. You're asking me to get along seamlessly with 4 different women who are probably incredibly diverse that love you. He clearly doesn't understand women, because you're setting me up for failure, and you clearly don't love me.
And you're the odd one out.
Yeah.
It should be a conversation with your sisters of being like, hey, my 4 sisters who have known each other for your entire lives and are probably, it sounds like this, a very close family, please welcome in and reach out to my new girlfriend. Not like, hey, can you walk into this pack of wolves?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
This it bothers me so much too, because I'm sad that you have to convince him when he just clearly is in touch with the reality of women, and they're his sisters. He has 4. That's terrifying. That's
like if you had a brother.
Yeah, that's true.
That is so fucking scary. And whether they love or hate him, they're probably very protective of him. He should have sent a text from the jump and been like, guys, I really care about her. She's taking great care of me. She really loves me. She wants to be a part of this family. You guys are important to me. What do we do? Is he just sending her out to this pack of wolves, or is he saying, hey, let's do a date and invite one of my sisters?
Yeah.
And also at this point, if they're not responding to your text, because, ooh, that hurts.
Yeah.
And they've got their own group of text messages.
Oh, and they're just sending the screenshots.
Oh my God, I know.
Yeah.
And then they're just ping-ponging off of each other. And then the boyfriend's like, why aren't you guys friends yet?
Yeah.
We're like, that's the part that also, they've been dating for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think, and I say this I think that there's you guys need to do some recon work, because it shouldn't necessarily be like this 4 years in.
Mm-hmm.
If this is still, they're just not responding. I think you have to have a sit down conversation with your boyfriend, and you need to start hanging out with the sisters, because maybe they didn't get a great first impression from you.
Yeah.
Or maybe when you guys started dating, because he has a lot of women in his life, he's very used to talking about his feelings. Maybe if you guys went through some shit, he opened up to his sisters, and his sisters have kind of held some sort of resentment.
Yeah.
And it's because of the other sister-in-law too that they have the history with.
There's something there that you need to resolve, because I think after all this time, the fact that they're still not responding to your texts, there's an issue that needs to be fixed. I don't think there's any. I think you just need to address it head on.
Yeah, and first of all, very first thing, as far as advice, don't shoot the second arrow. This is not your fault.
Yeah,
it is absolutely not your fault. And then are you familiar with the second arrow?
No, but is that
so whack?
You try again?
Don't make fun of me. I went to this meditation room one
Oh,
time.
I
Talked about it.
thought you were going to say Tony Robbins.
Oh God,
we'll have an issue then.
No. Well, I do not have $7,000 to go to a convention in
Good. And if you have $7,000, you know how you can make $7,000? Keep the $7,000.
That's right. However, did you know you can bring a friend at half price?
Oh my God. I can't.
But they say that the second arrow is actually when something happens to you, the second arrow is the thing that we put on ourselves. This is me. This is my problem. And so we always have the choice to shoot the second arrow or not. And if you do shoot it, then you're not going into the situation with as much clarity as you could. So first things first is this is not your fault. You were thrown to the wolves. You were right in between your boyfriend and his force. Jesus, you are a strong person.
Plus the mom too.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
I think about it, even just that. I've had a hard enough time with guys I've dated and getting along with their moms. And the idea that there would be 4 sisters plus that.
Oh my God, horrifying. And he's just figured out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm also thinking about okay, imagine you're one of the sisters and he starts dating her, and then immediately she texts you and she's like, oh my God, your dress looks so great today. I can't wait to see you later at the barbecue. It's Kelly.
Yeah. It's just there was a big mistake on his end. And I don't know, maybe you're his first serious girlfriend. Maybe he hasn't been through this before, but I think that's you weren't really brought into the family dynamic. You were asked to include yourself in a sister dynamic, and they're not your sisters either. And also, if let's assume maybe he's the baby, and they're and he's had a lot of girlfriends before, and they're we're not gonna spend time.
But it's been 4 years.
But that's what I mean. Then it gets to be 4 years,
Yeah.
and it's well, shit. Now, how do we recover from this?
Okay. I'm going to go straight up battle tactics on this.
Oh, I love it.
Find the strongest sister. Persuade her. Like, who is the leader of the sisters? Like,
Yeah.
it's super serious. It's topple down effect. You have to go for the jugular with the strongest sister, and then if it doesn't work out, move to like Seoul or something. I don't know why I picked Seoul. It's very different. Like, go. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the first thing you should do is have a conversation with your boyfriend and be like, hey, here's the thing. Even if you don't, love your family.
Yeah.
I think they're great. I think your sisters are amazing. I think the bond that they have with them is like with each other is really great. I know you really want me to have a close relationship with them, and I really want that too. I've been reaching out and really trying, and I'm at a loss at this point of what to do because they're not responding to me, and I'm really trying to go for all of this and basically just be like, give him all of like, this is everything that I've been doing, and like, it's not working. I'm not sure what to do at this point.
Oh my God. I've listened to the show, but you're like a great communicator.
My God, thank you. I go to therapy.
That was just like boom, boom, boom. Like the right. Yes, that. Do
I'm
that
also like
one.
very straight and have dated lots of stupid men where it's like you kind of sometimes have to handhold through because I don't think, regardless of the fact that he has these sisters, he clearly doesn't fully understand that dynamic. And there has to be something of being like, here, I've really tried and I really care about this. And I know you really care about this. And I care about it too. And even if it's like playing dumb a little bit of being like, what do you think I should do now? Like how at this point, you know your sisters better than anyone. Like how could I reach them? How could I like be able to form that connection? And then even just throw in and suggest like maybe like we could pick a sister. Maybe we could take her, whatever, Madison, and maybe we could all go see like that new movie. Doesn't she love whatever celebrity or whatever? And kind of show that you know who they are and you've been trying to like get in there with them. Make it more accessible because like you're saying, it is, you're going straight in for the wolves. And I think about it even with like female friends and stuff, like my female friends, when they bring their boyfriends around and they were like, my friends aren't really getting along with my boyfriend. And I was like, bitch, did you introduce him to 9 of them at once? And what other guys were there? And she goes, just him. And I go, oh, what do you mean?
Terrifying.
He didn't feel included. And I'm like, go out to dinner with one of your friends who has a boyfriend who's like long distance, who's not like salty and bitter and single. And then have dinner, all 3 of you, and hang out and like have him get to know those interpersonal relationships. Also, because here's the thing too, what if you guys don't live that close to each other? If you don't live that close, then you want her to form texting relationships with them. Yeah. And then it's only if you're only seeing them at family events. And here's the thing about relationships that I've learned, especially in family dynamics. If you're in a long-term relationship and it's a relationship that you see for the long haul, which usually makes sense if you're including them within your family, you also need to join as a unit together. So there's your family unit, your parents, whoever raised you, your siblings, and then there's you and your partner. And when you go to your partner's family, it's not, oh, this is his family and me. It's, this is his extended family and here's him and I, and we're doing it together. Yep. Because you need to have his support to do that with you. And it's just, and this is the whole thing you couldn't say to him is like, it's been 4 years of me trying to do this and nothing's changed. So I need to change my tactic and I need to change how we go about this because I'm doing everything right as far as I know. And then maybe it's, and even if you feel comfortable, if I were you, I think your boyfriend's kind of proven that he's not super on top of like the nuance of all of this stuff. And like, you're clearly great with social cues. And after you do this with him, even if it's you just having a conversation with the nicest sister and just being like, hey, I don't know if I ever did anything that kind of made it like, if you just think that like we're different people and like I'm not really the kind of person you like want to get along with, which again is totally fine. Or if there's something that I either like said or did early on that made me come off as like standoffish, but like I would just like to know, like I would like to like be friends and it's really important for him, for us to like get close. And if that's not something you want to do, that's totally fine. But I feel like I've been like really trying to go for that. And if it's, I would rather, I'll stop if that's not something you're into.
Yeah. I think like, and Megan's given like so much good advice, but I want to really take it back to you're so nice.
Yeah.
So kind. Because for me, like, you know, when I'm in a relationship, like I'm going to give you the bad advice now.
Oh my God. How the tables have turned.
Like now, like it's
this
like,
is so me usually.
Like now you must choose like the good communication or the like, oh my God, I feel like I'm absorbing the Leo mentality.
That it really is.
Because like when I first started dating a guy, I'm like, okay, like, you know, hierarchy wise, like he's got like, you know, family, school, friends, whatever. But like as the years go on, like I need to start climbing the ranks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And like after 4 years, I need to be above your sisters. Okay. I'm your top priority. I'm hurting. Do you understand that I'm hurting? You need to step in. I'm hurt. Baby is sad.
I am baby. Baby is sad.
I am baby and baby is sad and I need help. Okay. So like I feel like I'm kind of like fucking around, but also there is a point where when you're married in a relationship, like 10 years into it, like, yes, he cares a lot for his parents, but you are the number one priority.
You're the new family.
You are. Mm-hmm. And then when you guys have kids, they even say that, you know, husband and wife should still be top priority and child is kind of second priority. So you need to be climbing the ranks. And if it's still get along with my sisters or else, after 4 years, something is like kind of off here for me. I'm not feeling it.
Make him listen to this episode. Because you were nice about him. You weren't a bitch. Like,
yeah, she was so nice.
You didn't incriminate yourself at all.
And we're just ready to ream him.
Yeah. Boy, get better or she's going to dump your ass.
Seriously. Oh, yeah. Message to him. Message, sir. Unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable. Unacceptable. Step in there. Be a man. Protect your woman. Do you want to be in this for the long haul? Do you want this?
Or do you want to fuck your sisters instead? There
wow.
we go. That's awesome.
Maybe he does.
It has to be said.
Maybe he does.
It truly
Which one's your favorite?
had to be
Admit
said.
it. Don't show him.
She's like, here, baby, it's okay. They ended there. There's like a glitch now. And they stopped talking. Oh, good God. Should we go on to the next one?
Hello, Megan, Melissa, and possible guest. So I have this best friend, and she tends to like to one-up me. And I take her on all kinds of vacations and buy her all kinds of stuff, but she doesn't really do much for me in return. And I really don't want to lose my best friend, but if this is what y'all feel is needed, then maybe I should. But I should need some advice on what to do. She tends to go after guys that I have had past relationships with, or even are trying to have a relationship with, or even just people that I'm friends with. She tries to steal from me. I've heard that she talks crap about me to other people, and when we're around guys, she tends to just be a completely different person and treat me completely different. And I don't know, she really just expects a lot from me, but doesn't want to do anything for me in return. And whenever I've tried to have conversations with her, she likes to try to play the victim card and switch all that I'm saying back on me. So I'm always the one that ends up apologizing and just having to move on and keep my feelings to myself so that I don't hurt her feelings. And I really just don't know what to do at this point. So if y'all have any advice, I would really appreciate it. Okay, thank y'all. Bye-bye.
You just want our permission to stop being friends with
She's
this girl.
not your friend to begin with.
She's not your friend at all.
This sounds like, well, she said best friend. Sounds like it sounds like a case of a friendship that has run its course.
My God.
It is also, we need to cut this one out so that we can make room for good ones.
Yeah. Like, what do you like about her?
Well, it might be that maybe she doesn't feel like she has anyone to replace her. It kind of feels like a void. It's, it's that comfort of this person's always been my sidekick and by my side, they're always down or something. Yeah. And it's scary to leave that comfort.
And it's also I've found sometimes it happens with toxic friends is they refer to you, like they tell you, you're my best friend, and you start to believe it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you might not even have initially considered her your best friend, but when she refers to you as your best friend over and over again, you're like, you are my best friend.
Dude, I was friends with this psychotic.
Oh, dude, I've been there.
Psychotic girl. And you know what's funny? I met her on Bumble BFF. I tried to make friends when I moved out to LA. I
feel like that would, I would feel like that would, I don't know if I would, I don't know. I think I would think that it would be the opposite because you would have to put yourself out there.
Yeah, you have to put yourself out there, but I don't really recommend it. Just,
she was crazy.
Oh, in fucking sane. So after and she was my neighbor. She lived right across the street. So she was just convenient, always there, always down, loved to drink. I love to drink. And one day we're at the grocery store and we're checking out and we had got wine and stuff to make dinner for the night, super cute, whatever.
Yeah.
And the cashier said, is ringing it up and she was like, oh, y'all about to party. She was like, are y'all best friends? And this girl was just looking at me like,
Holy
like she was
shit.
like, I
say it.
I just say it. And I was like, and I just straight up was like, no, we're neighbors.
Oh, wow.
I was like, hell no. I ended up cutting her off like 2 months later. I was like, can't do this. But that's true. They will tell you we're best friends, aren't we? We've always been best friends.
And it's part of the gaslighting thing of like the reason why you keep apologizing and all that stuff. She puts that into your head. And when I've had friends like that where literally I was like, they're like, you're my best friend. I'm like, you're not. No, you're not. I'm like, no, there's no way at all.
No.
And I think, I mean, yeah, like you said, she's not your friend and she's not displaying any traits of a friend at all. And I think she's like gotten into your psyche and convinced you that you are. And also if you spend a lot of time together, doesn't also mean that she's your best friend at all.
Oh God.
This girl is using her though. She's you're taking her on trips and it sounds like you're paying for it.
I know, and she's like, she keeps one-upping. I was like, well, at least she'll one-up and take you on better trips. No, she doesn't do any of that.
No, she's taking your guys that you've been with. Yeah. She's taking your other friends. Like, she's just a moocher. Yeah. She's a parasite.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And sounds incredibly insecure.
Oh, 100%.
I can smell it from a mile away. And it's that smelly smell that smells like insecurity.
It's also like the
that was a SpongeBob reference.
I usually get SpongeBob. I missed it.
But dude, okay, but yeah, very insecure person.
I've been you. Like I've been like very generous and all of that sort of stuff. And like there's a proximity friend and a convenience friend, like you with your neighbor. And so something that happens that I find with toxic friends. A lot of toxic friends are proximity friends, and a lot of toxic friends, even if they're not emotionally giving you a ton or anything like that, but they're infiltrating your life in the sense that like they'll come over to your place. They'll just come over and hang out and they'll show up there and all of that stuff. They don't make you work really and these are my thing. They didn't make me, I've had a couple who made me work really hard for it, but that was like friends turn toxic. But other times it was like they kind of just infiltrated my life and it was easy. And it was one of those things that I was like, oh my God, you're hanging out with me every day. I'm not putting a ton of effort. Like it's just kind of happening and then you get caught up in it and then it becomes like, oh, we're spending every day together. Yeah. And you're like, but if you live 20 minutes away, I wouldn't drive to your place.
Exactly. Yeah. The girl that I was friends with, I was like, the minute you move, I was like, don't fucking text me.
Exactly.
Like, absolutely not. And you know, it's actually interesting because I'm just now kind of having this like sort of epiphany where I'm realizing like they don't tell you that as you grow and evolve, there are some people that do not grow and evolve. Yeah. Some people that are just like stuck, but like, and I can tell you're like a person like that, like every 3, 4, 5 years, it's like a total fucking rebirth. And the sad thing is you shed friends then. If you're constantly growing and evolving, there are going to be people that aren't growing with you because a lot of people don't always evolve. And you have to kind of cut them off because otherwise they'll drag you down. They'll either like rescind you like 5 years or they'll try to just pull you back where they are. It's that phrase, misery loves company. Yeah. Really is.
And something I learned when I dropped out of college, which I mean, also I thought that I learned it when I dropped out of college, but it definitely took me a lot more years to like really learn it, is that it is far more lonely to be friends with shitty people than it is to be alone. Like the idea of being alone terrified the shit out of me. Like I had 0 friends dropping out of college and I was like, no, I'll just be friends with whoever. Like anyone I could get, I would be friends with. And then I got to this point where it was like, this sucks. It is soul sucking. It's emotionally draining and I'm not getting any of my needs met. And if anything, I'm just emptying from empty. It's not like this static thing where it's like, okay, well, it's not adding anything, but it's not taking away from my life. Not true. It's taking away.
Yep,
if it's not adding, it's taking away. There is no friendship where it's just neutral. It's either taking away from you or you're giving too much or you're taking too much. And that's just how it goes. And it's so much better to be alone. And you even mentioned like you have other friends that she talks shit about you to. And I think that's also probably them trying to be like, hey, you need to cut her out of your life in this relationship. But I mean, it's definitely like scary to kind of end a quote unquote friendship that is toxic, but it like you said, it sucks you back in. And if you don't end it now, you're going to start finding that you're surrounding yourself with a lot of people like this because this is what they call themselves your friends. And then you start associating this with friendship. And then this becomes what your friends are like and how people treat you. Say peace out. Goodbye, Becky.
Goodbye, Becky. We loved you. We had you. We'll miss you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hi there. So I just need some advice and perspective on a part of my relationship. So, side note, I'm 23 and he's 22. He's a Sagittarius and I'm Aquarius. So, just for your details. I've been with my boyfriend for a little under a year and we're happy together, and this issue is not a make or break for me, but I feel like we have hit a bit of a wall with our sex life. So let me explain. I'm extremely chill with sex. I'm comfortable trying just about anything at least once, and talking about what we both like and what works best is super important to me. To me, it's worth it to communicate to make our sex life as good as it can be. And if you can't talk about it like an adult, then you aren't mature enough to be doing it. So keeping that in mind, we were each other's first. So it's not like either of us had a ton of experience going in. And even though I think it's fun to talk about sex, my boyfriend, however, there's no other way to say it, he's kind of just like chaste. And he gets visibly uncomfortable talking about sex. So, for example, I asked about his sexual fantasies and things that he wanted to do in bed the other day, and he kept just saying, like, I don't know. He doesn't want to eat me out because of, quote, how it tastes. I've genuinely, gently brought it up a few other times, and he always sincerely says that he wants to try and that he actually does, feel bad letting me down in that way, but says that it's just not something he's comfortable with. Also, when I go down on him, I don't give an average blowjob. And I don't say that to be cocky, but to me, it's super fun to get someone off and do whatever it takes to make it really, really good. And while he said a couple of times it was a great head, he's also mentioned I'm surprised that you would do that or that you'd be comfortable with that, and that's kind of weird. He also is really quiet during sex. Not it's dead silence, but sometimes it feels like he's not really in the moment, or it's hard to tell when he's genuinely enjoying something because he just is very quiet. The only time that he's not guarded and gets really into it and will talk dirty or be more passionate without thinking is if he's had a few drinks. All of our sex is good, but I wish that he could be less self-conscious and more open to trying new things. But every time I bring it up, I just feel bad because I would never want to push him or pressure or make him uncomfortable, because that's just not fair. But how can I bring it up and normalize talking about sex and make it fun without pushing or pressuring someone that I really care about?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine having to get your boyfriend drunk
No.
so that he's cool. Okay, this is
my worst nightmare. No, it's not. It's up there.
this wouldn't happen. I would be.
Oh, I wouldn't be
I wouldn't
in
be in a
this for a
relationship
year.
We wouldn't. We would I'm hot. I'm sexy in bed.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
I can't believe she's giving blowjobs and he's not going down on
because
and
she
wants it.
Yeah.
And that's the part. It's
Yeah.
I can't believe that she is going down on him and then not getting what she wants. That's
I think it's because she likes it.
I like it too, and I think it's a hot turn on sort of thing, but I think my stubbornness would get it wouldn't be my sex brain. It would be my stubborn brain to be no, I'm not going to fucking do this because I'm not getting my needs met.
Yeah. Okay. So I was trying to think, why would a guy be so sexually shy? Because this guy seems really sexually shy.
Potentially religion.
Because they're each other's first.
And I also was thinking if he ever had any sort of body conscious issues or any sort of that image issues, body dysmorphia, if he had lost a bunch of weight or he had gained a bunch of weight, if he was just uncomfortable in his own naked body thing, or growing up religious, or
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. None of those are ringing as true to me as
I'm not saying
as maybe he's 22 or 20 and doesn't know what he wants.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they're 23.
yeah. Having sex for the first time at 22, 23, it's doesn't necessarily mean religious, but to me it's there's a higher likelihood that you grew up in a more conservative place where maybe it wasn't cool.
I
to
will
have
say
sex.
I hooked up with this really fucking hot executive guy one time.
Was he a virgin?
No, but he grew up Mormon and he left the church, and he it was funny, we went on 4 dates and we literally slept in a bed together but never did anything.
Yeah.
We never did anything. We made out, I think once. I don't even remember it. He was so weird about stuff. So it could be a religious thing, especially if he's Mormon or something.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it, but from his perspective, he had it ingrained in his brain, how bad sex was.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be doing this. He felt guilt extreme guilt.
And it doesn't, but for the same time, as much as I say that, it doesn't necessarily seem, this guy just seems awkward. It doesn't seem like guilt. It just seems that he's, so I think you're onto something with maybe he doesn't know what he likes. And I would say that as a girl who enjoyed a cocktail in her former life, I definitely, and the reason why I liked drinking was very insecure person. And then when I was drunk, I was not insecure at all. Like I felt hot. I felt so confident. I felt like this is who I wanted to be. And this is all of this. And I think this is really bad advice. I think you need to have a conversation with him while he's drunk, because it sounds like that's when he's kind of just saying what he wants to say and he's getting more into it. And I think it needs to be a conversation that's like a sexy conversation, but keep your fucking clothes on and have a conversation before you start having sex. Because I think you need to, it sounds like you kind of need to like, he needs to feel comfortable enough to start talking about with you. And I'm not saying like take advantage of the fact that like, oh, he's drunk and he doesn't want to talk about this kind of stuff sober. But if you guys are both drinking, you're over like you're saying that he's more comfortable like dirty talking and doing all this stuff when drunk. I would just kind of roll with that and ask him what he's into. And then also preface the fantasy part. I don't know if you're saying what you would be into or like you really like, and you kind of like break that wall down to suggest that kind of stuff. And then I would also just throw out and suggest some stuff. And I would suggest things all the way from, you know, do you want to watch some girl, like, would you like girl on girl porn? Do you want to watch like threesome? Like, what about some like Eiffel Tower kind of stuff? Like, would you want to
a little role play?
Yeah.
Be somebody that you're not. Like, you know. Oh, and you know what? I really like the idea that maybe it's the maybe he's not feeling very secure. You do a little test, you know, do a little test when you're having that drinking conversation and compliment him. Like, tell him how great he looks, tell him like how great his body looks, something like that, and then see if he opens up a little bit more, because it'll give you a hint if it's a confidence issue.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And also like try having sex with the lights on. Like, is he very insistent of like, I really would rather the lights be dim or the lights be down? Like it could be like a physical self-conscious thing. And then also like there is a huge, obviously there's a huge aspect of like this hyper masculinity, and a huge part of like hyper masculine culture is fucking lots of bitches. And like if he's never explored sexually and you're his first partner, there might be a part of him that feels not super
less than.
Yeah, and he doesn't necessarily feel in touch with that or feel like he's enough of like a manly man, quote unquote, to kind of like know that sort of stuff. And then also as long as he knows it's like a safe space for whatever fantasy, because also maybe the thing is he knows what he's into and it's like hella freaky also, and he's afraid to bring it up.
Gosh, you know what?
Like, do you want to pee on me?
Maybe watch some porn together and see what he picks. Let him pick. If he goes immediately to like large breasts, then he's just like, oh, this is safe. That's not really what he watches. No guy is just searching big titty.
Scroll through and watch. This is so psycho. This is so psycho. When someone sees something that they're attracted to, their pupils will dilate and get a lot bigger. And basically like take like a psych test. Just show him pictures, flash him, and see when his pupils dilate and know that's what he's into. And I think you need, I also, the part that I like, we haven't touched on that I do think is a little weird, the part that he keeps being surprised of the stuff that she wants to do or the stuff that she would be into, that part's a little, I don't know, it's a little weird to me.
But if it's all new, it can be just like the surprise of the newness.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because he hasn't been
what if maybe
affected by any of it before.
Yeah. Or maybe he just ends up being really, maybe he's really vanilla and his favorite sex position is missionary, and like he wouldn't like spank you if you gave him $100. And because you guys are each other's first, I think there's an assumption that, oh, it's our first time, we're sharing this together, our whole sexual experience is going to be together and we're going to learn it together. But you're learning, even though you're each other's first, I think you're learning at different speeds and discovering and liking different stuff. And so it also could be, even though you've never had sex with other people, you guys could just not be sexually compatible. Yeah. Like he could just be very content with like super vanilla sex and you're like, I'll try anything once. And have you mentioned anal? Because I feel like if he turns down anal, I'll be confused. Yeah.
Maybe get a dental dam if you want him to go down on you, like a flavored one.
Oh yeah.
Because then it tastes different.
How does he know it tastes bad?
He just doesn't like how it tastes. He didn't say it tastes bad. He just
No,
doesn't
no,
like it.
but he tried it and he didn't
must
like
have
the
tried, yeah.
Oh my god, did he stop partway through and said, "I can't, it tastes bad"?
Oh, my ego.
I would have murdered him on the spot. I'd be like, "You
Yeah.
must die. No one will
No one
ever
can know
hear
about
the story.
this.
You die here."
Nobody could know.
I would-
God. And then like, oh my god, at least like lie to me. Like, tell me you have like your neck hurts.
Yeah, or you're congested.
If
You
his
can't
neck
breathe.
hurts, I'd be like, okay, I'm getting on. Yeah.
I'll sit on your face.
I'm getting on top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, just
well-
say you're congested and you can't breathe. I don't want you to sneeze into my vagina.
My nose is all stuffed up,
Yeah.
and if I'm using my mouth, then I can't breathe.
You know what
want
makes
me
your
to
nose
die.
clear up? An orgasm.
Does it?
Oh, I've heard it does.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Oh my god, it does.
It does.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's funny. That's really funny.
That is funny.
That's
Wow,
Hot tip.
fun fact.
Mhm.
Hot tip.
This is a difficult thing. Well,
Okay. What? Oh man, I need more information.
I know. I think take our advice and then give us a call back and let us know what happens.
Yes, follow up call. We love that
because that's what we need to figure out. Because I think, and also maybe read the comments of the YouTube video. I feel like people might have some stuff to say.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, yeah,
guys, help us out.
yeah. And if you're listening to this call and you're like, I feel like I can pinpoint what this might be, feel free to comment it.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Let us know.
Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear because there might be some things we might.
There might be some thoughts that we have not said.
Yeah, that might not have. Yeah, So let us know.
Tell us.
Should we go on to the next one?
Time for a break.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. Did you know that 75% of us are walking around everyday life chronically dehydrated? And I'm going to bet that, I'm not going to bet because statistically, you guys are some of those people. We are suffering needlessly from frequent headaches, energy slumps, and poor focus. Hello, that's me. And it doesn't have to be this way. Hydrant creates flavored electrolyte packets for you to mix directly into your water to make hydrating your body easy and delicious. Each rapid hydration mix has the 4 essential electrolytes your body needs: sodium, potassium, magnesium, and zinc to help you hydrate quickly and stay hydrated all day. Hydrant is backed by research. The formula was developed by Oxford scientists to provide perfectly balanced and efficient hydration. There's no synthetic colors or artificial sweeteners. The formula is vegan, and you can choose between 3 different flavors or a variety pack. Hydrant starts at just $1 a packet for a 30-day supply, or save even more with a monthly subscription. I am obsessed with this, guys. First of all, I just forget to drink water a lot of the time. If it's not near me, I'm like, ugh. And then you go to a workout and then you're like, oh, wow, why do I feel like I'm dying? I love it. The lime is absolutely my favorite. They also have ones that have caffeine. It's fantastic. If you'd find that you don't drink a lot of water during the day, this is a great way to not only make you more hydrated, but it tastes great, so you're going to drink more water. And for 25% off your first order, go to drinkhydrant.com and enter promo code BLAME at checkout. That's drinkhydrant.com and enter promo code BLAME for 25% off your first order. Drinkhydrant.com and enter promo code BLAME. Okay, guys, we are back from our break and we're getting to the rest of the calls.
I am in a relationship and I don't want to be in the relationship. But there's a few factors that are preventing me from breaking up with him. So we've been together for like a year and a half. I'm 21, he's 20. He is kind of immature for his age, like definitely immature for his age. He doesn't make a lot of money, which will come up later. But I'm just saying, I make more than him right now, and I probably will make more than him once I graduate from school with my license that I'll be earning. Anyway, I currently work at a place where his mom is my boss, and I'm like terrified that if I break up with him, she's gonna make my like workplace difficult. or even awkward. Like, I can't even stomach the fact that it would be as awkward as I'm imagining, and I just don't know what to do. I have to work here for like another year, at least until I'm done with school, and I don't know. I'm just not happy in the relationship anymore, and I'm not sure if breaking up with him will be the solution, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm sorry that I'm so scattered. Basically, he's messy, he's dirty, he lies to me sometimes, like little small lies that really get under my skin, because our promises to each other are that we don't lie and we don't cheat. And he hasn't cheated on me, but he's definitely lied to me in ways that I don't appreciate. Anyway, the reason I mentioned his money and everything is that we live together and we do split the rent. But I'm afraid that if I break up with him, he won't have a place to live. His parents have a house that doesn't have enough bedrooms for him because they have a lot of kids. Anyway, I don't know. I've talked to a few people, and they've told me that I just need to do what's best for myself. And I feel like breaking up with him would be the best thing, but I'm afraid for him and for me, because I don't want my life to be awkward and I don't want his life to be hard, in a sense of like he's not going to have a place to live, and I don't know.
Bitch, I mean, girl, not bitch.
Ma'am,
here's what happened. I don't know what came first, the job or the boyfriend, but this is... You got yourself here.
You got yourself.
Yeah. Like,
surprise.
It's gonna be awkward. And also be like awkward. And this is someone who has social anxiety. So like awkward is literally like one of the worst things for me. An awkward situation is really not that bad. Like an awkward as a feeling, it sucks, but it's not awful. It's not torture. It's not physically painful. Like, it sucks. But also, you did mention, here's what I'll say.
Great advice.
She did mention, though, that he's got a lot of siblings. I feel like the parents won't care as much.
Oh my God. Hot take.
But do you know what I mean?
Take.
Like, if it was
Absolutely.
your one son.
Yeah.
But if you've got like 8 kids,
okay.
I would just be like, I don't have time to worry about this.
Take that point and cement it. That's your baseline. Let's remember that. And there's always a myriad of options. My first like default was, okay, fake an ailment, like something really bad, so that he breaks up with you.
But she can't really fake it, because then the mom would know. Yeah, I'll say, you put details in your other call that you didn't put in this call that I know and I've shared with everyone.
So
here.
we know what you do.
We know what you do.
We won't mention it.
And for anybody listening, she cannot quit the job that she's at and go work somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was originally picturing like she's like wheelchair, everything, like all bandaged up, and then she gets home and just takes it off. But he's there. Surprise. Yeah. So not an option. I think that being afraid of the awkwardness at work is, oh my God, it's so funny. You said she has other kids. She won't fucking care. She can't even house her own son. And like, oh my God, honestly, piggybacking off of that, her big concern was they're living together, and if they break up, then he's got to move out and he would have nowhere to go. His mother wouldn't take him in, but she would yell at you or make you uncomfortable.
Maybe the mom doesn't want him there though.
Yeah, but then you can bond with the mom over this fucking loser.
I know. Like, and also plot twist, like you break up with him and she high fives you in the hallway the next day.
Like, thank God my son's a deadbeat.
But they can't fire you. It may be a little, and also you're speculating that it's awkward. Like, if you don't have enough of a relationship with her to determine like what their relationship is like, what the aftermath is going to be like, I feel like it's like not even that serious. Like maybe I can get how in your head this is like really stressful. I think focus less on the mom and focus on your living situation. Will you be able to pay this rent afterwards? What is plan B? Can you like what other factors? Fuck the mom. I don't even think she cares.
But I think this is the thing. Like everything you're worried about has nothing to do with you. Like it has nothing to do with your happiness or anything. Like you're worried about him and like his living situation. Not your problem. Like it's really not your problem. He's a big boy, and if he's not a big boy, break up with him. Like if he can't figure that shit out, like that's not your responsibility to like take care of him at all. Like if anything, that's going to be his mom's responsibility. And it's also not your responsibility to like manage the relationship you have with his mom, because none of this it's just you're thinking about everybody else's feelings before your own, and that's not doing anyone a service at all. So I mean, I would truly, the first thing I would do is talk to your boyfriend and break up with him, and then I would ask him and say, would you be okay if I talk to your mom about this? Because I don't want, like, if you want to tell your mom, totally fine, but we do have a working relationship, and I don't want, I want to make sure that I can have a conversation with her about it. So like, is that okay? Or do you want to talk to her first? If you talk to her tonight, I'll talk to her at work tomorrow, and just have it there, not being like, oh, you'll talk to her and then I won't mention it to her. Cause I think that'll be awkward, but having a conversation with her and just taking her to coffee and just being like, hey, this sucks. Like, this is so, and even address, like, this is so incredibly awkward. I really didn't foresee this happening. I really thought that like he's great. I just, at this point, like, we're just not compatible. And I care about him, and I care about you, and I care about like my working relationship and everything like that. And I just know that my heart really wasn't in it anymore. And I really hope that like work isn't going to be weird, and like things between us can still like remain professional, but I just wanted you to hear that from me. And then you just have to like, it's not your responsibility at all.
Also, that's so adult. Like sitting down with her and saying like, hey, let's grab a cup of coffee. I know this fucking sucks. That is so adult. Like, and I think you're afraid of having that conversation because it is scary. You got to put on your thug gloves, be a woman. And at the end of the day, she's going to respect that. And she's probably going to actually be mad at her son that he didn't keep you, and you can have conversations with her like that. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a fucking woman. And I know that this is like a kind of weird, scary bump in the road, but it's not forever. And it's a lesson that you're going to take and carry with you forever. Like the courage to sit down and do that, you're going to have that forever. It's like one time I had that job where I had to do cold calls, and now I'm not afraid of anything. For some people, there are blank spaces, and you have the power to fill in those spaces with a positive or a negative or just the truth. And sometimes, especially anxious people, we tend to fill in those blank spaces negatively. So either you're going to make her just sit on those for the next year and infer things about you, infer things about the relationship, and just, and they're going to fester, or you can clear it up right now. And it takes a little bit of strength and a little bit of courage, but it's so fucking worth it. Not only for this situation, but in the future too.
Yeah. And how do you not know that like he's talking to his mom about you and all of this kind of stuff? I just think you need to become a part of the conversation, because it is family, and then it's a relationship, and then it's work. And he doesn't share work with you and her. So you and her have a relationship outside of your relationship with him. And it's just super fucking, it's all like incestuous, and you just have to insert yourself in the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, good God. I really don't fucking envy you. And I just really want to know what went through. I just want to know how the order of this happened. Like, how did you start dating your boss's son?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like,
I want to know, or like, did she get a job? I don't know.
Did she get help? Yeah. I want to know the order of it, because then I don't know, I might judge you a little bit, but I think it must be like a very organic thing. Cause like from what your job that we know of, I don't think there's a lot of places you could work. Best of luck.
Have a hard talk. Put on your thug gloves.
I like that. And let us know how it goes. Would love an update. On to the next one.
My ex and I, we dated for a little over 2 years, and we broke up last March. And since then, I kind of started dating his nephew. I mean, his nephew is older than him because he had older brothers. But I'm kind of dating his nephew, but we know that we can't really be anything official because, of my history with his uncle. And also since then, I slept with my best friend, who is my ex's ex-best friend. They were like best friends for years. And, I was like, oh my gosh, am I finally, going to get with the best friend? But my best friend he lives with his girlfriend who has a daughter. So he's just like super invested into that. And he doesn't know what to do. And I'm like, should I see, if things will develop further with the nephew and like try to tackle that and because I really like him like a lot. I wish we met first. Or should I tell my best friend, like, to leave his girlfriend for me? But, like, I don't know. I don't condone cheating, and I hate that has to go down that way. Or should I just let things be and just keep hanging out with the nephew? Or, I don't know. I need your help. So whatever advice you can give me would be amazing. But thank you.
Okay, first things first. Stop. Breathe. And cease and desist touching all men. Stay away from all men.
My advice was join a nunnery.
Yeah, like we effective immediately. We need you to stay away from all men for 90 days minimum.
You're a liability to yourself and others.
It's like you have this car and you're just crashing into every tree.
Yes.
No mercy. There are people dying. The news reports are out there. People are texting about you, and you're just like, I think I want to be with this best friend. Sorry, I'm being such a bitch right now. But
No. This is what needs to be said.
And ma'am, you also have this innocent voice, like you just like, I don't know how I ended up here.
How did that, dude? And I'm gonna say this right now. There's 3 guys in the mix right now. You're gonna date one of them, and then you're going to leave him for another man. Mm-hmm. Why is this happening? Like, okay, you're good at this stuff. I'm ready for your. I feel like I'm listening to the show right now. Hit me.
Here's the thing: you thought I've been nice this whole time. This is when you see the real Meghan colors come out.
Okay, you know what? We're just full disclaimer. We're going in on you.
Oh, we are, and you. Oh my God. I don't know what your fucking deal is. I don't know what your story is or what your history is. But even based on how you talk about this call, it's life is happening to you and you're not in the driver's seat and it's just whatever.
Oh, yeah.
This is not normal. This isn't just like okay, so like, do I break up my first of all, your best friend, you're fucking your best friend who lives with his girlfriend and has a baby.
Oh my God.
And you're like, but it's my best, like, do you care about him at all? No.
Do you care about yourself?
No.
What do you care about?
Dick.
literally cock. Cold, hard
like,
cock.
dick that's in the same circle. She don't
Yeah.
leave the circle of dick.
Dude, oh my God, you're a homie hopper.
Oh.
It's like, and that is the kiss of death. Like, it's fucking over. Like, it is the worst kind of person to be, because also you, like you said, you're a fucking tornado and you're just like taking anything in, and it's just you're not
literally
you are a pussy tornado and everything's getting caught up in it.
Vaginal tornado.
This is so fucked, dude. And you need I need you to move. I need you to move. You need to fucking
go to Seoul.
And here's I was gonna say, if we were so advanced that if you could live on a spaceship, I would start a GoFundMe to get your ass in space.
You need to do full fuck. There's so many layers to this.
So fucking many. I would like you to go to therapy. I don't know if you have any friends that you've never slept with, and that's not a judgment, but I need you to find a good female friend that you've never fucked.
Do you have female friends?
I don't.
Any female friend would be like Vicky. What's her name?
We'll call her Vicky.
Yeah. Vicky. What the fuck? We're your friends right now, and we are disappointed.
And if they're not doing that, you don't have any real friends.
And you know what? I fucking bet, Vicky, you do have female friends, and you didn't tell them about this.
Or they know, and you just won't listen.
Oh, no, everyone knows.
Or Vicky's a Scorpio, and it's like, I'll sting you, bitch. I also don't know if you're a Scorpio, though, because you don't seem aware of what you're doing.
Can we please guess the sign? Hold on, you ready?
I don't know.
Gemini.
Ooh. Yeah, you're not wrong there. That could make sense, because I just am confused as shit. Also, I'm gonna say it, I could see a Pisces too. Oh, because it's a in your own head kind of fantasy land sort of thing. You're not really thinking of consequences.
True. Please, can you just let us know? I know we're being mean, but can you let us know if we're right?
Yeah,
if you're still here.
Please just send us your whole chart.
Dude.
Yeah,
this is. Vicky, this is so bad. Mm-hmm. And Vicky, I'm also really concerned because you literally asked us, so which one should I date?
Yeah.
You should date none of them. You can't date any of them.
Or anybody, period.
No.
Right now.
This is the cold, hard, nasty, dirty fucking truth. It's hard. It's hard for me to...
Go ahead.
All 3 of these guys, I think they probably know what's going on. Friends of friends know. Somebody knows. I'm sure you've talked to people about this, and I don't think anyone respects you right now.
No, and you're making a really strong case for you to end up in hell. And as somebody who will probably be there, I mean, not probably, I'll see you there. I would like to spare you.
We're gonna be in line. We're like, oh my God, is that Vicky?
Shut up.
The pass around girl.
Oh my God. whatever. No, so you just, this is the thing.
This is an extreme sport. This is an extreme
This is the new
homeopathy
X
sport.
Games.
Yeah.
You need to do recon in this, and I think you need to, this is what I think the first thing you need to do is you need to apologize to your best friend and say, I'm so sorry that I put you in this situation. I'm so sorry that I put your relationship and your family and your relationship with your kid at risk for this. That was incredibly selfish of me, and I'm really sorry that I did that. And then you need to apologize to the nephew and be like, I'm really sorry that I created an uncomfortable and potentially like shattering familial relationship with you and your family and made that really incredibly awkward. That was not my place to do so, and that was not fair. I'm going to book a one-way ticket to Berlin and follow my travel blog where I talk about abstinence.
Yeah, you can't. Do not touch any men. And you know what?
No.
You know what, Vicky? I really want you to. I can't let go of the daughter thing because
Dude, that's
because first of all, like wait, do you have kids? You don't have kids,
No.
right? When do you plan on having
I
kids?
have planned on having kids.
Okay.
Eventually.
Eventually. Same. I'm
Yeah.
shooting for like 32, 33
Yes,
or so.
yes.
You know, but like when I have kids, like that's so important to me. And so the first thing I'm thinking of is like, you fucking bitch. I want you to imagine that child as a 15-year-old girl, and you have to tell her that you broke up her parents for funsies.
Yeah.
Because you felt like it. Because you didn't know how you were feeling that day. Like, have that conversation with that child in your head, and you need to realize the magnitude of what you're doing to yourself and the people around you. This is really fucking gross.
Well, your decision-making skills are... It's what you're saying and what you're doing don't line up. And therefore that's what you need therapy for. Like you need, like the fact that you're like, I don't condone cheating, but I cheated. I don't condone all this, but I'm still doing it. So you're not matching up with like this is what I keep saying when I'm like, it's like, you don't realize that you're the one making the decisions. Like you're choosing this, you're putting yourself in this.
And also she, like the best friend, he said that he's about his family and stuff. And she's like, do I need to tell him to leave his girlfriend?
No.
If he wanted to leave her, he would have.
Yes, he does not want you.
No, you need to stop dating, and you need to be this sounds really fucking bitchy. You need to be a better woman. You need to go make some female friends, some really great female friends.
Yeah.
Spend some time with them. I don't know I don't know your story or your history or what your life growing up is like. And trauma and all of that stuff affects who we are as adults and situations we've been through. And right now it's you from women can tell you that if you were my friend, I would not like the person you are right now.
So,
and I don't foresee you as you are and the choices that you're making. I don't foresee you having a lot of people who are really looking out for you or caring about you or who are going to prioritize you, because it's really abundantly clear. If I was your friend and I saw you acting like this, I'd be like, that's not a girl that I can be friends with, because I can't trust her.
No.
And that's not who you want to be. And it's a slippery fucking slope. And boys and dating and all of that stuff can be exciting and validating picking. Do you know what's even more validating than a guy liking you? A fucking girl liking you. Do you know how great it feels when a girl that you have a friend crush on wants to hang out with you? Or when a girl compliments your outfit versus a guy?
So true.
You think that you
So
need all
true.
of this approval from like whatever gender. I'm going to specifically say like in heterosexual relationships though, women find that validation from men also like that's hello daddy issues, all of that kind of shit. And maybe mine's like issues because I have mommy issues. I really want validation from women. But I find that is something that is so much more, not only is it more fulfilling, it sustains you so much more than validation from men. Because if you're friends with these other women who you're not dating and you're not hooking up with, their validation of you as a person and has nothing to do with what you're going to give them or what you're going to do for them or sexually or anything like that. So you need to focus on that. And that's just what you need, because you're not even looking out for yourself right now.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Like, what if
what's
this
the
girlfriend,
end goal here?
And here's the thing: what if this fucking girlfriend, like the baby mama or whatever, like, what if she's got an anger problem? What if she fucking stabs you? Whose fault that you got stabbed?
Like, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Like,
you're gonna get your ass beat.
that's what I mean. Like at this
100%.
point, if you haven't already had this blow up in your face so massively, it's going to.
Yeah.
What happens when you hook up with someone who's married? Or what happens when you hook up, like, do you know what I mean? Like you're just not being safe at all about this. And the world's, no offense, and as a Leo, this is a hard thing for me to say, the world doesn't revolve around you. And like you're treating this, again, hurricane vagina. Yeah. Like this is everything is about you and everything's all around you. How can you make all of these people and these characters in your life work for you? And you're not thinking about them. And it's because you don't care about them. And maybe you don't really care about yourself right now.
And these are not characters; they are people, and she's right. You're treating them like characters in Vicky's little play. Like, and honestly, the real advice here is you've tangled up a very nasty web of a lot of different things, and prepare for a crash landing, because there's no way that this ends well. There's absolutely no way that all three of the men come out and they say, it turns into the fucking Bachelor and you get to choose which one you want and there's a couple more hot ones sprinkled in. Like, that's not going to happen. No. It's I have no idea what is in your future in the next 6 months, but it's probably not going to be good.
No, and this is, if you can admit it and realize that and take accountability, and that's not where it ends. That's where it starts, and then go into like the healing process, therapy, all of that sort of stuff. I think you'll, solidify or give you a lot better chances to end up with a healthy relationship and surrounded by good people. But if you literally keep doing this, dude, like, it's, what the bad advice I would have, if you don't want to listen to any of this, apply for The Bachelor.
Oh my God. We don't stand.
No, we don't stand. We don't stand at all.
Absolutely
and she definitely stopped listening.
Yeah, no. Well, if you're still here, Vicky, right now we're your only friends, and we're disappointed.
We're disappointed.
And this is sometimes what female love is like. It's tough. It's real. It's real tough. And God, you need that friend that like gives it to you. Like like when you're like, I need help, and they're like, well, bitch, first of all, and we got a lot of things to say to you, Vicky, but we just gonna start with that. A little surface level, a little sprinkle, see if you can get it done.
Is it time for
Don't Blame Them?
Okay, so Don't Blame Them is where other listeners will call in with their own advice from previous calls. So if they've got some of their own experience with some shit.
Hey guys, I'm calling about the girl who called in because the boyfriend's dog was everywhere that they were, including in the bedroom while they were banging. So I have advice for that. In my situation, I'm the person who's weirdly attached to their dog. She doesn't sit at the dining room table with me like that guy's dog does, but she's always with me. And a few months ago, I got my own place, and my boyfriend would come over, and we're trying to like get our shit on in my bedroom. And my dog is standing next to the bed. She's small. She's a miniature dachshund. So she's standing next to the bed, trying to jump up onto the bed. And she's not making it because she's so small. And she would whine. She would cry while we were having sex. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be an issue. Let's put her out in the hall and close the door. The whining continued louder out in the hall, so that didn't work. So I went on to Chewy, and I found compressed bones that she loves. So now I say that this is so weird. I say that my dog is getting boned while I'm getting boned because I give her one of the compressed bones that she can chew on while I'm getting laid. But it works like a charm. Like, I give her that bone, and it's like she's in her own little world. And it's worked so well. She used to get scared when my boyfriend and I would have sex because that shit gets aggressive because it's wonderful. And she got so scared one time that she peed. So that is my advice to her. If his dog is so attached to the boyfriend, the dog's owner, that maybe it's not a good idea to put the dog out in the hall or something like that, get that dog a compressed bone and let that dog get boned while you're getting boned. Bye.
That's fucking hilarious.
Those compressor things will work.
Yeah, I love that for you. And I also do love the bone and bone. It's a nice duality. Wow. That's
helpful.
I can't believe you didn't shut the door immediately, though. That's like the one thing I don't have a dog yet, but I would just shut the door.
I would not let my dog watch. That's inappropriate.
Or a lot of people do it, though.
Not okay. My dog is my child. That is my baby. And you will not.
Funny enough, someone else called and they were saying the same thing, that like, they were like, my dog's my child and I let them in the room. And then she's like, hold on. No, that's weird. I can't say that because I would not let my child in the room while I'm having sex.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh my God. I would cry. I couldn't do it. But.
Yeah, no, not at all. And it would just take me out 100% of the mood if I'm just like hearing like, I'd be like, same, dude.
Yeah.
He just adds to it. But I think that's great advice. Not an ad for Chewy, but we're open to the
If
ad.
it works, it works.
Neither of us have dogs yet, but we can make the ad.
I want one.
I
Get
want a dog.
boned.
I do want a
Boned.
dog.
I want a
very
dog.
much so.
I can't wait. Well, that's it for our episode. Oh my God. Thank you
That's
for
it.
being on. Plug your shit. Where can people follow you?
Thanks for
Bibble,
having me
bibble,
on.
bibble,
I'm at Big Boss Boze. I'm mostly on Instagram and Twitch. I just started streaming on Twitch
wow.
again. Yeah, twitch.tv/Big Boss Boze. I just like talk mad shit. I just quit my job. So
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just doing shit.
I love it.
I'm happy to be here.
We're very happy to have you. And also, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh my God, I forgot.
I
Thank
didn't.
you. Thank you. I'm
Fuck
gonna take
yeah.
myself out for a little dinner.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm
should.
excited.
If you guys want to call in for an upcoming episode, or if you want to give us an update, give us a call at 310-694-0976. International listeners, you can send us an audio message at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to listen ad-free, check us out on Stitcher Premium. We've got video on YouTube and the audio version everywhere. iTunes, all of the Spotify, all of that stuff. Pre-order my book, You're Not Special, on Amazon or anywhere else. Comes out May 5th. And follow us on Instagram. Everything's linked down below. Just check or just expand wherever the notes. Just go find it. And cool. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Don't Blame Me is a production by me. Executive produced by Melissa DeMonts. Camera operator Amanda Lechner. And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.